Alright, so we are back, and this is our third and secret-ish alternate timeline. We are looking to see what we can have happen here, and it is apparently in the Land of a Thousand Fables after we meet Sienna. And other than that, I am not sure. Let's see, so just to reacquaint ourselves with where we currently stand. So this was where we were in the Land of a Thousand Fables, and we were collecting the 3 magic beans. And we were going to do that, and what else? Visit Grandmama's house. That was where we were going to fight the 3 bears? Yeah, we fought the 3 bears, and we got a bean from them. We fought the 3 little pigs. We got a bean from them. We found kind of Longlocks was the equivalent of Rapunzel. We fought her, and I think that's where we got our 3rd bean. And girl who sells flint was a tradesperson who gave us like the wristband for Sienna. What if we like don't talk to her and don't get that wristband? Because that was ultimately the way that Sienna fled when we were confronting Detloff at the end, right? Yeah, so skip the girl selling flint. I see, because, yeah, isn't that the way that it played out? Was we confronted Detloff, but then right as he was about to get to Sienna, Sienna fled back to the Land of the Thousand Fables, and it was using an item that we got from the girl who sells flint. I see. Interesting. Okay. So, in that case, raises the question as to just how thorough we want to be here in the Land of a Thousand Fables. Do we want to explore this place in its entirety? Of course, we have already been here. Or do we just deliberately sort of mainline the main quest and do all these things to try to get straight into the stuff that we've not yet seen? And either way, we're going to have to explore a bit just to... oh, and I forgot there's no map. But yeah, we're going to have to explore a bit just to actually find those other beans. But yeah, that's interesting how, in hindsight, you know, you look at it and you say, now that you mention it, I could see how that would mix things up quite a bit if we didn't have that item that we got from the girl who sells flint. Excuse me, little pixies, please stop. So I think the 3 bears were right here. I'm trying to go from memory, because of course
3 bears.
Yep.
3 stools, 3 beds, 3 bowls.
One a bit too big, the other too small, the 3rd just right.
So yeah, trying to go from memory here, because we of course don't have access to the map, and these bears, they're going to notice us in a matter of moments here. Or do they only notice us once we start looting this stuff? That might actually be what does it. Yep. Oh, I didn't realize the little bear says that. Oh, that's so cute. But at the same time, now we need to kill you, so I feel terrible. I'm sorry. Someone's eaten from my bowls. How could you? Wasn't the bean here? I thought it was. Is it not? Oh, here.
Blonde curls. Rest of the body's too mutilated.
Oh, the poor bears.
She got what she deserved, as I see it. Always took what she wanted without asking.
No bean here. Gotta keep looking.
Oh, really? Let's see. So in that case, it's what? The 3 little pigs. Rapunzel, or the equivalent of Rapunzel at the top of the tower. And then, I don't remember Longlocks. Is that the Rapunzel person? I mean, it sounds like it. Pigs are up this way, if I remember correctly. Oh, no, it's the wolf. Right here. Okay, so let's, looks like some of our gear is a little beat up at the moment. Specifically, Erendite. Let's throw a repair on that before we forget. 40% should more or less do the trick. Okay. So yeah, it's the big bad wolf.
Schmumbroch, my head! Damn it all! I swear that was the last time I drank with Redbeard. Oh, Sienna, a bloody long time it's been. You've changed.
Whereas you, not at all, big bad wolf. Though it seems you've started running with the wrong crowd.
And who should I run with, eh? Thumbelina? One shot and she's under the table. What brings you?
We're looking for some magic beans. We could actually talk to the Flint girl, we just don't want to buy the actual item from her. Or whatever it is that whatever dialogue chain it is that gives us the ribbon.
Listen.
Alright, so I'm going to be a little bit more direct here and deliberately just go straight for trying to get to the part that we've not yet seen.
Where is it?
Because otherwise this is more or less all the same, I think.
Oh, I can be much louder than this. And resort to other means of persuasion.
Right there, the threats. Sienna to a T. Listen, I exist to restage a fairy tale. If you want to play at it, I'll be happy to oblige. But it won't be easy. The thing is, little Red Riding Hoods popped her clogs.
What?
1,000 times they cut my gut open, filled it full of rocks and drowned me in the river. So once you stopped coming, I decided to repay the little imp for all her loving labor. Now also at the bottom of the well, she and the hunter, which means we can't play, and I'm under no obligation to talk
that
to
does
you,
complicate
not
matters a
about
bit.
beans, nor anything else. So leave me.
Yeah, we can skip all this dialogue. This is
Shut
true.
up.
I suppose we could do that, because it's actually turning into quite the speech.
So, what now?
Don't worry. I'll play with him. Or rather, play him. I just need that little red hood.
Right, we need to get the
That's
red
a
hood,
relief.
You wish to help me?
and in order to do that, we need to hop into this well.
All right. Time to jump in the well.
Break a leg?
Thanks, that's I don't think that's what you say when you're jumping into a well. There we go. Also, you can see Sienna is moving up above, on the surface. She's like running away. As soon as we go down here, she's like, alright, now's my chance. I knew how to get out of here all along. Has nothing to do with these magic beans. Just finally got the chance to ditch Geralt. Yeah, I think that at least for the most part here, we're probably going to have everything be the same as what we had in our initial timeline, our canon playthrough, unless and until we get to the point where we deliberately do not get that ribbon. And then, ooh, hold on. And then things will get much more interesting, because then, presumably, is where things will start to branch into different outcomes. So for that reason, at least for now, I think I'm deliberately going to try to, you know, like, sprint to the, or just go straight to the people that we need to go
Any
to,
luck?
Yeah,
and potentially
that's
skip
what I
some
got.
dialogue a little bit, because we've seen it before.
That would never fit you. Give it to me. How do I look?
I do like the cape. It is so unbelievably glossy and shiny and what have you. Not bad. Not bad at all.
Bad. Not bad at all.
Let's go see the big bad wolf.
Let me guess. You'll play the granddaughter.
And you, the hunter.
You again? I thought I
Alright,
was
so now
clear.
we're
I
here.
will-
And this guy, we can play, you know, our little Red Riding Hood game with him.
Not a problem.
Now that we have the Red Hood.
What?
But, Grandmama, what big eyes you have.
Better to see you with my dear.
Granny, what big arms you have.
The better to embrace you with my dear.
And Grandmama, what big teeth you have. Eh?
The better to eat you with my dear.
Alright, so here we go. And ooh, got a quick shot on us there. And based on what we had seen Sienna do against all the pixies, when we did this a while back, I imagine that her damage against the big bad wolf here is going to be just about non-existent. So let's throw on a beast oil here, wherever that is. I assume that's one that's going to give us some additional damage. Oh, wait, what? Oh, Beast is actually technically Steel Sword, huh? Is he Beast or is he cursed? I don't remember. Might be cursed. Either way, you know, if we just continue attacking here, we'll shred through him pretty quickly. I was about to start doing a whirl, but that was not the right time to do it. That is.
Remember what Joss said about the red bean? A human has it, and he definitely didn't swallow it.
In other words, it's a bad wolf, and he ate it.
Belly. Bottle caps,
Lovely.
fake teeth, a corkscrew. Ah, here it is. Red bean.
Yeah, we'll just pop that in our pocket after fishing it out of his stomach.
One step closer to our goal.
What?
What was
I
that?
find myself wondering if you're just horribly discreet, or if those mutations completely scrubbed away your curiosity. Are you really not interested in what happened? In what became of me after they cast me out?
So that's the thing, is we didn't get this background information about Sienna when we went to the Unseen Elder route, and so, I mean, there's probably going to be more along those lines, of course, but for that reason, we couldn't quite connect with her enough and convince her, for that reason, to not kill her sister.
Well, since you brought it up, I'd gladly hear the rest.
Yeah, silver health bar, so definitely not a beast. That is true. That is true.
The duchy.
Yes, and the noble knights of Toussaint, I didn't stop until we reached the Ketdu wilderness. They left me there alone, without a copper, in a torn lace dress, right when the frosts were setting in. They assumed something would eat me, or that I'd do everyone a favor and die of hunger. But as always, I failed to live up to expectations. I wandered the woods for a week, went purple from the cold, gnawed the bark from twigs. Finally, I saw a light among the trees. A campsite. They were bandits, bearded, drunk, spattered with blood. I was sure they'd rape me or kill me. Or both.
Take it neither happened?
That's when I learned a robber and a murderer can be a better man than a knight in shining armor. They took me in, we set off for Nazaire, and I did what I could to repay them. I advanced in their ranks rather quickly. Eventually, I became their leader. Of the whole ragged band.
Yeah, that actually... almost forgot about that. That means she was actually basically a leader of a bandit group of some variety.
Been through a lot.
I have. And throughout this time, my sister was stomping grapes and shagging minstrels on down bedding.
She wasn't the one to banish you.
And I'm not angry at her for that. I'm angry at her because she forgot about me.
And that's important too.
Right. We've had our chat.
Getting her to admit that she's not just angry at her sister, or at least not angry at her sister for banishing her. More so just that she feels like she was completely abandoned. But then, you know, if we can sort of get the two to make up a bit,
Like Anna Henrietta?
Do you jest?
then maybe we
I
can
adored
convince her
My darling little sis. So
to be friends again.
So sweet. Yet when they banished me from the palace, she didn't so much as peek out of the window.
She might not have known. Maybe just couldn't.
And could she also not grant me amnesty when she was crowned? Please. Oh look! The Emperor of Nilfgaard! He's come out to show off his new robe.
I forget if we ran into this guy in our first go-around, but yes, so it's the Emperor and his amazing new clothing. Just look at it. Look at the way it shines in the light. Peak style, for sure. Alright, so then we've got the three little pigs are in this general direction. I don't think they're in this building, but they're in, like, a neighboring one. Yeah, right here. And I know there was something at the end of that rainbow there that we got on our first playthrough. I don't recall as to how significant it was. You know, is that just, you know, some valuable loot?
Pig songs. But you know the story, don't you? Who's afraid of the big red wolf?
Looks like Big Bad's already blown down the houses of straw and sticks. Brick's the only one left.
We should look inside. Remember Joss's words?
One being lies out in the open, guarded by 3 nobodies. Yeah, could be it.
No need to look beyond the main quest here? Okay. Can we actually just open up the main door? We actually need to blow it down? No, we do. We do. Hey guys! How's it going? Oh. It is cool to see some of the dialogue that we might have missed in our first time round. Pig's like, get him! Like, these have a silver life bar as well. Like, what category are they? They're not these. Are they also cursed? Is everything in here cursed? Come on. They're basically just boars, are they not? Alright, that was maybe not the best time. Also, I'm just like being very sloppy with our approach here. Hold on. Let's actually do this the right way. Throw on a Quen. And then rather than just blindly swinging our sword at them, let's actually be smart. Moderately smart about it. But they are elusive. Back here. Little piggy. I swear, it's like this little piggy's trying to go to market or something. Hey, Sienna, if you could, like, land one hit on that other piggy, you could probably finish it. Like there. See, did she deal damage to it? I can't really tell. I mean, that was us that took that out. Just basically throw smaller sword at it simultaneously. It just kicked us. Rude. There's the Emperor again. Okay, so we're looking for a beam from one of them. Where is the other one that we took out? Where did we get the last one? Fighting one down here. I don't remember if we finished it down here. Where's the last one? It's the one that has the beam.
My new attire reveals itself, but to the wise.
Was it actually in here? Oh no, it was in here. Okay, never mind then.
The Big Bad Witcher huffed and puffed, and look, got a beam.
It cannot be.
What cannot be?
You actually have a sense of humor.
Is that so strange, Sienna?
Why so shocked?
Well, when you arrived, all you did was pout and mumble things in that graphically monotone. And now this. A jest. And a good one at that. But here we are chatting away when there's work to do. We must keep looking.
Okay. So let's see. Then, oh, we can see the blue X, I suppose?
You like it here?
No,
Find
got
this?
a problem with magic in general. Illusions, portals, all that. Don't trust any of it.
A bow of old-fashioned tastes, eh? I like that.
Okay, so the last of the beams is up here, right? But if we want to at least talk to the girl who sells flint, then we'd want to do that before we do this, right? Because as soon as we do that, we might immediately get thrown into the stuff that progresses the plot, right? So if we do want to go to the girl who sells flint, then we probably do need to do that now. We just need to be careful not to actually buy the flint. Hey, Thumbelina, how's it going?
You stepped on Thumbelina!
Oops!
That was my favorite tale.
Did I?
Why's that?
Because it wasn't about a princess. Tales about princesses
Wipes
are
his foot.
insufferable.
Definitely didn't deliberately go off the path just to do that.
Not good.
I mean, we'll be fine. I think that's the last of them. Okay, talk to the girl, see what Sienna does when we don't get the ribbon. I don't remember exactly how we do get the ribbon. I mean, I'm hoping that it's relatively easy to deliberately not succeed here.
Back off the highest caliber.
So let's save.
Take pure as virgin tears.
I suppose we'll take the magic dust because we can. But now let's see
Care for a cigarillo? A bit of tobacco? A dab of fish steak?
Remind me, what tale are you from?
Sold flints when I was a lass, but no one bought them, so I branched out. Now I deal in snuffs, puffs, all sorts of fun things. What'll you have, sweeties?
Magic beans. Do you have any?
If it's not the new name of some kicker I already have, dearies, then no. But maybe you'd like some.
Hey, where'd you get that ribbon?
Alright, so we don't actually want that
So?
ribbon.
Then why was it lying in the bushes? Finders keepers, sweetheart.
Okay, so basically just say, let's get out of here, and don't do that? Can we at least ask about the significance of the ribbon? Maybe we can do this and then leave? This should still be safe, right? I think?
The ribbon. Mind explaining what the fuss is about?
There's not much to explain. I got it from a Turius Vigo when I was a child. It was to protect me from evil. It clearly didn't work, given how I ended up.
Means a
Then
lot to
again...
you.
How should I put this? I have so few mementos from my childhood, and the ribbon reminds me of the good old days, when I was someone else.
Dears, could you continue this touching scene elsewhere? You're scaring away my customers.
Like Puss in Boots over there. Alright, so now we go, and does Sienna have a reaction to this?
Wasting time here, Sienna. Let's go.
Shakes her head. Anything to say about that, Sienna? I mean, later on, perhaps. But that is interesting. I'm curious to see how exactly that does affect things, because, of course... Hold on. Billy Goat with pants on? Like a kilt? Don't know what this is supposed to be. I don't remember this from last time, but I'm not sure what that's a reference to. I just may not know the fairy tale. But yeah, so of course we know what happens, or
This long
what...
next tower.
Indeed. It's even taller than I remembered.
Wait. What Joss said about the third beam, remember?
In the possession of a bold farmhand somewhere deep beneath the ground. Yes, this must be it. Let's go.
So,
Could pull myself up here, and I'll have to make that jump.
If you say so, I shall wait down here if it's all the same. Climbing's not my strong suit.
so we know what it does. The bracelet it is. Then oh, whoa, 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 okay. We're going down apparently. We know what it does in our fight. Geralt, really? Momentum. Just takes us off the edge. I would just like to jump up onto this ledge, please. That's so much to ask for. Oh my goodness, it is not rocket science. We have to go this side first? What? There we go. Man.
Prince's corpse. Tried to free Longlocks, but fell and broke his neck.
Yeah, so we know what happens with that, I forget what she was technically referring to it as, bracelet or what have you, but we know what role it plays in our final confrontation with Detloff. But the real question is, what happens without it? So if she can't escape using that, then that presumably means that she actually... Hold on. Okay, is there any reason to actually do that? Or did we just go in here? I guess we just go in there? Yeah, but what actually happens in our confrontation with Detloff? Because, you know, we basically... Our original intention when we went this route was to try to get her and Detloff to reconvene. But we did not succeed in doing so, and Detloff actually ended up dying, of course. But it's a little strange how, in some ways, you know, we're deliberately not succeeding in one of the things that the quest tells us to do, and yet that is the thing that results in a different ending. And so I'm curious to see. Also, we do know what happens here. We do know what happens here. This is what happens here. Yeah, we'll punch Longlocks. is actually surprisingly effective. She actually seemingly could not stop us from just non-stop punching her. It was kind of hilarious. We're basically like stun locking her. Alright, now we'll pull out this sword. Alright, we got stunned by that, speaking of stun lock. Oh, I don't remember this part. Alright, now she comes back down. Oh, she gets... Oh, we were perhaps a little bit slower in that situation than we could have been, so she's healing. Grab that phase. She's almost on full HP now. But she doesn't have much HP to begin with here, as you can see here. Yeah, you got the stunning move. You going back up here? You are. Okay, so we should try to be quicker. Yeah, you can see her life bar going up. I won't go for the whirl memes. Not this time. Also rude. There we go. Okay. So then we have... I mean, a little bit of loot here, but more importantly, the yellow bean here.
Bean. Here it is. Would have stunk to climb all that way for nothing.
And then we have this magic food at this table, which of course will come back if we wait, but we will not do that this time, or at least we won't mess around with that too much. Been there, done that. So now we hop on out.
So?
Got the bean, but long logs. Seems she got sick of waiting for a knight in shining armor.
Can you blame her? Men these days, dandies and fops all.
That why you cozied up to a vampire?
Detlef was a tool, and only a tool.
Was he, though?
Too bad he didn't know that.
I trust no one. Learned that long ago. Now it's his turn.
So, I mean, this is, I think, still an interesting thing to remind ourselves about, because, of course, they did have a relationship, and she's trying to make it sound like it was purely business, whereas, of course, we know Detlef, to him, it meant a lot more than just that. But, is that really true, though?
To use him. Was that your plan from the start?
No. At first, I was simply intrigued. Do you know the story? It was in Matina, a few years past. I'd gone there to pass some loot off to a fence I know. We were hashing out the terms when in walked Detlef. He said he'd come to sell a silver candlestick. He gripped it through a cloth. That caught my eye. I followed him out, observed him from a distance, but he caught on quickly.
Yeah, superhuman senses will do that.
He turned down a blind alley. I followed. He jumped out from behind a crate, baring his teeth. I suppose he'd wanted to frighten me. Alas, he didn't in the least. After all, I'm a monster too, am I not?
I don't know about that.
What happened then?
We talked, then met up once, twice, 3 times. Enough that he became infatuated. I truly enjoyed it at first, but only at first. He did not love like a man, but like an animal, madly, deeply, unconditionally, wildly. To return such a feeling, anyone would be hard-pressed, let alone someone as twisted as I am.
So there came a day you just up and disappeared.
Yes, there was no other way. Let's just be friends, or I don't deserve you. He'd never have understood that sort of thing. But then, once I decided to return, clean up some old affairs, I remembered him and concluded he could still be of use.
Playing with fire, that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Either I'll get burned, or I'll burn all else down. No other options.
Or are there? Yeah, because, I mean, I'm thinking that that's ultimately what's going to come of this, of course, is that we are actually going to get her and Detlef to actually talk to each other, and not just have Sienna immediately run away.
Got a history with Dettlaff now, so this meeting will be different. Not afraid.
I can handle him.
Sure about that?
You look at him as a witcher and see a monster. I know what he's really like. You needn't worry.
Now, you're talking about trust, though. You're
Just
saying
a
you
bit
don't
more
trust
work
anybody,
to
and
be
yet
able to say sort of to this
you're relying
regular
on him to
sphere.
not rip you to shreds. Which, come to think of it, if I remember
Now we must plant them by the path
the
near
exact
Lorloth's
situation,
tower. Then prepare to meet the giant.
the exact situation from last time was that I'm pretty sure Ditloff was, lunging after her, trying to, yes, rip her to shreds, and only because she had that bracelet was she able to escape. And so, it could just be that simple. It might be that Detloff attacks Sienna and Sienna gets killed, and they may not actually have the chance to talk to each other at all, but I hope they do. That would be... I mean, I'd like to see that happen. Okay, now these pixies are actually dealing a somewhat significant amount of damage, dare I say. Of course, they run away as soon as I start doing the roll. Stop punching us. Seriously.
Right, this is the spot. Pull out the beams.
Thought there was something else that we wanted to do here last time before we actually did use the beans. It might have just been that we were looking to loot some of the, oh, that's where we plant the beans. Might have just been that we were looking to loot some of these 4-leaf clovers. That might have been all.
Wait!
Why?
The stalk will sprout abruptly. Very abruptly. We must be careful.
She runs and hides while we
All right,
plant it.
toss them!
Or not. Is it safe? Did it happen?
Something's always gotta go wrong.
Yep.
The home stretch.
And that was interesting how there was that boulder that you can actually see in the bottom right corner that would have landed on Sienna had Geralt not pushed her aside there.
Incredible.
Admire the view later. First, we must deal with...
That.
him.
Alright, trying to remember this fight. As I recall, lightning strikes quickly on those metal containers there. Metal cages and what have you. So let's throw on Ogroid oils and what have you. Prepare ourselves accordingly. There we go. And just double check the state of repair. Whoa, that needs a repair. Let's throw on a 40%er for you. Then the armor. We've been, kind of just reckless in our fighting around here, as we're kind of just been swinging our sword and not paying much attention to us actually taking hits. So that does mean that our armor's been beaten up a little bit more here. So let's actually make sure that we throw on some repairs here. That'll get our chestplate up to 100, and then was there anything else that needed a little bit of a boost? That's fine. That could use a bit. And that probably should as well. So boots, and then trousers as well. Okay, now the Cloud Giant. Oh, we already had that up. Yeah, so that happens. I forget. Oh, hello. Oh, we also leveled up. Forgot about that too. Hold on. Oh, but we can't use that during a fight. I think we recently learned, right? Probably have had this happen to us several times before, but this happened to us recently when we were fighting Deadlock. Seems as though we can't do this during combat. Okay. So I'm trying to remember if we can, like, kite this guy over here to this lightning and have him take extra damage that way. Does this work? Is this a thing? That... Go. Oh? No, maybe not. I'm pretty sure there's something you can do to mess around with the lightning. I just don't remember exactly how to make it work. He jumps through the clouds. That is kind of fun the way that looks. Don't slap me, bro. Actually not sure where the hitbox is for that attack, because it really looks like whenever he swings his weapon out in a circle like that, he barely hits us even when we're kind of close to him. Alright, I think it was technically the bleed that took him out. Because obviously he died when we were not over there.
For a fairy tale creature, that was one tough son of a wench.
He wasn't too
Told
bad.
you this land had gone ape mad, though I did not expect it to be so severe.
Can't help thinking you might have done that on purpose.
Why ever would I have?
To get rid of your guard, your captor. Getting close to the exit at this point. Probably think you don't need me anymore.
Well, you're wrong. You still stand to be quite useful to me.
How so?
That's so? How? Plan to use me like you did Dettlaff?
No, I need you for a purpose far simpler. Well, don't just stand there and stare. I need a man, Geralt, and I'm not afraid to say it. I have no idea what awaits me once we leave this place. Treat it as my last wish.
Yeah, just hit him and don't get hit, and it's not really a problem. It's interesting. Alright. Full disclosure, am I going to need to blur things out when I post this on YouTube if I do go this route? Because if so, then... yeah, that's... if not, then... maybe. There isn't... you know what? It's the end. It's the end, so I will try to remember to do that on YouTube when we post it there, but sure. We'll go for it. Just because you say it's interesting, or at least something of some significance maybe happens there, but, you know, if ever... this is our last chance to do a little bit more of that stuff, and I know I've been dodging most, if not all of it, for that reason, but this time at least, I will oblige. Even though, you know, like, trying to get in a relationship with her when clearly, you know, she just completely used Dettlaff, so it's an extremely manipulative person, and this is not a good idea by any means. Also, obviously, not safe for work moment coming. And then she just disappears? Oh, no, not exactly. Oh, does the Spider-Man move? Maybe not the absolute first time, but one of the very few. Just so we can say at least once. that we did it. But future Lids is not going to be happy with me.
Just gonna go our separate ways? No parting words?
Did you wish to tell me something?
Actually, that'd probably be best.
Oh my. No woman's ever treated you this way.
Not that I recall, no.
In that case, at last you felt what so many women in this world feel at times.
What are you trying to say? That you're just gonna walk away? Hope this tale has a happy ending? I guess? Sure. I mean, I'm not sure that's Geralt trying to sort of give the wink wink nudge nudge, hey Sienna, you interested in making this a thing?
I just hope this tale has a happy ending.
I did definitely skip scenes with the end as well.
Everyone.
I'm thinking of
That may
mostly
very well
things
depend
like,
on
you know,
you.
the occasional
What's that
succubus
supposed to
encounters, what have you,
Nothing beyond
that were
what you
more or
want.
less unavoidable.
For now.
Come. The exit's this way.
Okay, so I remember there were several things here that we can loot, but it gets a little bit tricky to maneuver around here if you do go that route. Like, we could drop down below and there was something special that we could pick up.
I think it's got something to show us.
Careful. It's not to be trusted.
But yeah, I am assuming that we don't need that in this case.
Just curious. Why do you want the Heart of Toussaint and the ducal line?
They were my right. My due.
Doubt we would have figured you out if you hadn't tried to get them. Know that, don't you?
I do. And I regret nothing. One lives but once.
Yeah, and the YOLO. Yeah, I remember there's something up here, but I think this is also probably not terribly significant at the moment. This door was locked, I believe. And then there was, like, one chest over here or something. Some magic... Some magic gold? What an ass. A donkey. By that, of course, I mean. Okay, so I think we are... Diana? Hello? Oh, okay. Never mind the fact that we are eventually going to go there. I think we are more or less ready here. That's true. We could throw on our ears.
We need but jump into the well. You first.
I don't remember if we looked around here elsewhere at all. Like, if there's anything here. Suppose not, though? Okay. Well, down we go.